Thank you, Madison. Good morning, Brad. Guess I'll start this morning with I think I saw in practice that you have Jake Voracek and Patrick Laine separated. Just wanted to get your thoughts. What have you seen from them together? What are you hoping to look for if you are keeping them apart?
Well, I want to see him practice, see what it looked like there. We had a good practice here the last couple of days. I didn't separate him there on the Monday. I did on Tuesday just to see what it looked like. We'll see tonight. I haven't completely made up my mind yet on that, but we'll take a look. We'll see.
Also, too, kind of in line with the recent play as of late, the power play has really dried up. Is there anything in particular that's sticking out to you as to why there's been some struggles there?
Well, it's the old adage. You got to simplify and not force plays, and it's a combination of things. I think when you're struggling to score, it's funny. All the coaches talk about just shoot more pucks, get it to the area, but you got to shoot when guys are on their way too. You can't just shoot to shoot. Timing of that, I think Pazzi's doing a good job of them trying to get their mindset right and get it to the areas. We had some good looks last game. I mean, we had two chances right off the rush where Forsberg makes great saves off it. It was close to knocking one in there, but we didn't get it done. So tonight it's right back at it against a really good penalty kill.
And what does your lineup look like for tonight? So you getting Adam Boquist back?
Yeah, Bo will be back. Beirut are out. Elvis will be starting.
All right, thanks, Brad.
Okay, next we'll go to Brian Hedger. Go ahead, Hedge.
Hey, Brad. Just wondering, I mean, Boquist, you can't control injuries or health, obviously. I mean, they crop up and you just got to deal with them. But as a young defenseman who's trying to develop, what's the challenge like? This is the third time that he's come back from something already, within the first 30 games or so, 40 games.
The hardest thing when you're not in the lineup is you're falling behind, and it's nobody's fault. I've been through it as a player too. You work hard, you do everything you can, but the games still get played, and so every time you miss time, whether it's a week or 10 days, 2 weeks, you're playing catch up, and you're trying to get back to the pace that the NHL is at. So I think that's the biggest challenge of itself is your timing, the pace of the game, getting back into that battle action. There's only so much you can do in practice. You're limited. We do as much as we can, but playing the game is playing the game, and you got to get in there. And so I think conditioning can be a factor in those things. You skate, but it's the bump and grind, the intensity of the game. That's one of the biggest things that no one talks about is your mind is plugged in for almost 2.5 hours, 3 hours of a game. Even if you're only playing 15, 17, 18 minutes, you're still the energy required for that, and especially in these back-to-backs. That's the other thing we got to monitor and look at too is, it's a lot, and so that's what he's facing, and he's just got to play. He's got to get out there and play.
I imagine that can be a challenge for a coach too in assessing, development and things like that and trying to help a guy. Have you noticed, I mean, in the times that he's been able to play, have you noticed some areas he's developing in?
Yeah, I think we've had great conversations. I know Max worked a lot with him. I've talked with him just about, we know he's got a skill set with the puck, and he's dangerous, and he's got a knack to score even, around the net and jumping into plays. But it's that defending side of it that, he's an undersized defenseman. And again, this is no secret. He's always been an undersized defenseman. It's learning how to do that at this level, positioning your body in the correct positions in the scrums, not getting on the wrong side of it, because generally the smaller defenseman, if you're on the wrong side of it, that's when you get beat. They get to the net, they get body position, then you're in trouble. So using your body to your advantage, playing on the outside shoulder instead of the inside shoulder, different little things to try and help him. 2 hands on the stick at the puck. Those are things that he's going to need to continue to grow on. But he knows it, and I think that's all our defensemen are trying to get better in those areas. But it's imperative when you're on the smaller size to be really good at those areas.
Thank you.
Next we'll go to Aaron Portzline. Go ahead, 40.
Thanks, Madison. Good day, Brad. Brad, your penalty kill has been pretty good now for the last couple of weeks, something you can hang your hat on perhaps. I wanted to ask you specifically about Alexander Texier. And did his aggressive play on the penalty kill come naturally to him when he started on that unit? Has that aggressive aspect of it always been sort of part of his ability on that kill?
I think that's just who he is as a player, and when we're at our best, you see it with he's Robbie and Curls are both, they're bigger guys with real good legs, skaters, and you come back sometimes with whether if it's Boone on a faceoff, if it's not, it's usually Gus and Tex, again, aggressive skaters. We've done a good job of attacking too on our penalty kill, which I think it's a real good weapon to have. And when you can push the power play, it gets very frustrating when you don't have the puck, possess the puck, when you're attacking them, getting chances. You can swing the pendulum in your favor on the momentum side. So I think for him it comes natural how he likes to play. I think he's really relishing that role. You see, he gets the highlight reel goal there in Vegas, but I think I think times it gets him into the game even more because you especially at home when you feel that adrenaline from the crowd and you've done a good job on the kill, it provides energy for our bench and you as a player. So he's been real effective for us. I think the way we're killing, I think it really fits into his style.
The way you guys have been going here for a few weeks, does the penalty kill feel like something you can just sort of hang your hat on, or maybe something you can build off of and waiting for the other aspects of your game to get there?
Yeah, I think, it's been consistent. And I think that's our number one thing is just getting consistent in all areas. It's ebbs and flows and we've talked a lot about that, what that looks like and what that feels like, the work required to be consistent in this league and this level. So sometimes with youth, and we're on the younger side, as we know, consistency can be an issue, and you have to find a way to bring it, even when you don't feel at your best, when you don't have the juice or the energy. How do you impact the game? And we're going to find our way in those areas. I think penalty kill has been a big part of it, and we're going to continue to work at it here. As far as you see our schedule, there's no let up. We got Calgary tonight, a real good team. You don't want to look far ahead, but we got a back-to-back here against the Rangers, another real good team, and they're not playing tonight. So we have to be consistent if we want to be competitive in these games.
Thank you.
Next we'll go to Dave Metzel. Go ahead, Dave.
Thanks, Madison. Lars, you guys generated more than 30 shots the other night. Only got up one goal to show for it. How much emphasis over the last 2 days has been placed on creating more scoring chances, more legitimate scoring chances?
We had some good looks. We did our chances forward. We had 18 or 19 chances and gave up 12. It wasn't a bad game that way. To me, it lacked energy for us because I wanted more spark, maybe more on the physicality side of just being more tenacious at the puck. As far as generating, we generated enough to get 3 or 4, I think. But I thought Forsberg played real well for him, especially when you watch the tape over again. I mean, you had Gavrikov alone twice, and coming down Main Street puts it over the net. We had some, on that one power play rush, sure, you got Max backdoor. He makes a great kick save on that one. You start going through it, and we had some good looks. You forget about those during the game sometimes, so that's why it's good to go over it. But, you don't want to overthink it too. I think the main thing is just making sure we're more direct. And I'd like to see us, we've already commented on this at the beginning of the third period. We had talked about the second. We get 2 chances to get something at the net, and we don't even get a chance out of it. So that was frustrating because I think you want to make the goalies make a save and give us a chance to look for second and third chances. And one of our better games was Carolina. Thought we were much more direct, funneling pucks, getting bodies to the areas, and I'd like to see more of that from our group.
And with some slight adjustments in the lines, is that part of what you're after there is maybe looking for some of that kind of thing?
Yeah, we'll see on lines. I'm not set on lines yet. They were different on both days here, so it's an optional skate. We're going to talk about it here as coaches and see what it looks like tonight.
Got it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go back to Brian Hedger. Go ahead, Hedge.
Hey, Brad, sounds like Justin Danforth is at least back skating on his own there. Do you have an update on him at all? And then also, along with that, how nice would it be to be able to get, whenever he's ready, get him back as an option for you for your lineup?
As far as update, I'm not sure. I know he's not knocking on the door to get in. He's improved a lot. He's back skating, which is great. Danny was playing really well for us when he left, but now he's missed some time. And again, per the conversation I was just talking about with Boquist, whenever you miss time, it's hard when you're playing catch up. So we'll see how that shakes out and where our lineup's at and who's playing well, who's not, injury-wise, if and when he's ready there. And when he is, then I got to make that decision. But I liked how he was playing when he left, as far as I think he was building some confidence, feeling like he belongs. I think he was understanding his role better. And, he's had to adjust that, being a scorer for a long time. I think in the KHL and different levels, he's had to adopt a different role here. And I thought he was finding a niche for himself with his energy, his tenacity, his ability, and he was getting opportunities to score. So I'm hoping he can kind of pick up where he left off, but I'm also a realist. It takes some time to get back in the swing of things. So we'll see where we're at.
Thank you.